Hey, and welcome back to week 2 of our 52-week Plan With Me weekly series. Today, our video is a bit different. As you can see, I broke the camera as I was setting up to record this video, so I apologize. So this is a different view, but nonetheless, let's get into it. So last week we ended the week at 12 sales, and just to recap, my monthly goal for the month of January is to hit 120 sales, right? So I want to have 120 sales. In week 1 we did 12, so we are 108 sales away from our weekly or our monthly goal. And so what I'm doing here for week 2 is diving into my weekly goal, which is to optimize and to set up flows and campaigns for our emails. What I have found in 2024 is that we were leaving a lot of money on the table, and 40% of our monthly or annual revenue should be coming from email marketing. And it's the cheapest way because we own the data, we own the email addresses, right? And I spend so much time and energy growing that list, but we have not been consistent in actually sending campaigns. So that's one of the things that, especially in Q1 and week 2 of January, what I want to focus on is really optimizing and figuring out our emails. And so what you will see that I'm doing this week is really diving into that. So I broke down our weekly goal of optimizing and fixing our flows and campaigns. I broke that down into 7 daily actions. So part of our framework here at Your Brand Code is that we take our huge month goal and we broke those down into 4 to 5 key tasks. We take our 4 to 5 key tasks and we break those down into 7 daily actions. And then we assign those daily actions to every single day in the week. So in this week, on Sunday, I really went through and looked at all the data, because you cannot make a decision within your business if you don't have the data to support it, right? And so on Monday, analyze our open rates and click-through rates to see like where are we doing well and where do we have to improve. I love to test out subject lines and different imagery and different colors inside of our emails to see if that helps with click-through rates or open rates. On Tuesday, create new and updated flows, right? And so what I have found, just, even in 2024, just looking at it at a glance and not really diving in, is that our open rates are so low, like under 10%, which is freaking horrible, especially because they need to be at least 40%, right? Or 20%, excuse me. And so what I did was really look at, okay, where do we have to improve? Part of the problem is our lack of consistency in our emails and not really sending the 2 to 3 every week like we should, or doing it for a month and then falling off. The biggest thing in every single piece of your business is you have to be consistent. I don't care if you're on Instagram, you need to be consistent. If you're through your emails, you need to be consistent. If you're doing paid ads, you need to be consistent, right? Because consistency brings results and it also helps you build momentum. And so, my challenge, especially for Q1, is to get on our emails, be consistent with our emails, and really follow through, right? And so over the next 90 days, what I would love to see is, as we're being consistent with our email flows and our email automations and sending 3 emails per week, that we're actually showing our customers that we care about them, right? And that we're nurturing our relationships with them. And so that's one of the things that I'm really focused on and really keen on. Another thing that we're working on and doing this week, one of our daily actions, is to pay attention to our post purchasers, right? And creating a nurture series that's all about them. Our framework is so unique in that it is about 90-day work sprints, right? I believe less is more. Take 90 days, go put feet to the fire, all gas, 90 days, right? Create a strategy, stick to that strategy. And then at day 91, then you analyze and say, okay, this is where I have to improve. This is where I should improve. This is what I need to do differently, right? But if you create a strategy and you flip flop and change the strategy every 3 to 4 days, then are you really are you really giving the strategy time to work, right? And so it's all about 90-day sprints. And so I kind of forgot where I was going with that, but our strategy is so unique in that. And so in our post-purchase nurture series and sequence specifically to our purchasers, what I am keen about doing and paying attention to is making sure that I am bringing our customers along that journey and giving them like weekly prompts or weekly nudges and weekly suggestions and rooting them on, right? And letting them know like, hey, you're not in this alone. You have goals. They're valid. This is how we can do this together. And so that's one of the things we're focusing on the week. Also, paying attention to creating new email funnels. So if there's any new email funnels that we really need to dive into, I really want to pay attention to our to our post purchase flows. So I'm talking about delivery notifications and out for delivery notifications and hey, thanks for purchasing notifications and your order has been packed notifications. All of those things, I want to make sure they're all consistent in the journey. And so what you will see me doing here is really creating my week's to-do list, right? One of the unique things about our framework is also every single week we recommit to our goals, right? And so I recommit to my goals, let myself know like, hey, these are the goals that you have set for yourself. You're making a pledge and you're committing to them and you need to follow through. Also going in here to write words of affirmation to myself. Let me know like, hey girl, you can do this. This is what you need to do. And then I go in and I take my vision board and I go and start writing like the day-to-day piece of what I need to do. And so I love our planner in the fact that we have an hour to hour planning process. So we can start at 5 a.m. and go all the way down into 12 a.m. And so that's what you'll see me doing, is really paying attention to like, okay, this is what I need to do at this hour. This is what I need to do at this hour. Writing down my personal task or my business task, writing down my daily, my daily content that I need to create. You'll see me transferring my daily actions into the day that I am planning out. And then from that daily action, I have my top 3 priorities. And I make sure that I'm not just writing out my top 3 priorities, but I'm also paying attention to the content. So if I have a YouTube videos that need to go out, if I have any email blasts that need to go out, whatever my daily sales goals are, right? And then on the actual day of, then I'll go in and I'll write down what my sales were. And this just helps me to stay on task and stay on top of it. So I'm going to finish